is a really requested one, and it is my like full face routine that I usually don't show in videos. It's just what I wear, not every day, but most of the time if I'm going for a little glam look. And it has my eyebrows in here too, and this was so requested by you guys since I never show like my concealer routine and my eyebrows in my videos. So I thought I'd just do a little like chit chat, casual video of me talking through exactly what I do and just sharing some exciting news with you, which you should stay till the end of the video to find out what that is. And yeah, if you want to see my routine, then go ahead and keep on watching. Like, hey guys, it's Jenny. I'm looking raggedy with barely, well, actually no makeup on for the first time in a long time in my videos. So, this is me. I know, I'm raggedy, but makeup is about to change all that. So first, I'm going to start out by moisturizing my face. It's very important to moisturize. You would also kind of want to apply a primer at this step, but I haven't found a good face primer that I really like. So if you know of a good face primer, then comment down below because your girl needs it. So I just use this Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. My friend just like left it at my house and then was like, oh, you can have it. So I just use that. I put it all over my face. It moisturizes it, it gives my concealer something to stick to. It makes my foundation look less cakey. Alright, so now that we've done that, we are going to conceal all this redness and under eye craziness. I don't wear foundation because I don't like having a lot of heavy products on my skin. So I just take a knockoff beauty blender sponge. This is from Real Techniques. It is my favorite holy grail knockoff beauty blender. It's so good. I just dampen it and then I use it underneath my eyes, and it really makes my concealer just look flawless. Wake up, flawless. For concealer, I'm using, as you guys know, my absolute favorite concealer, which is the Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio Camouflaging Concealer, and I'm in the shade Fair because I'm pale. So I have my hair pulled back so that I don't get concealer in my hair because that has definitely happened before. But I just pick up some of the product on my sponge, and then I begin to sponge it on in a triangle motion. Look at that. Triangle, Kim K. Haha, you see the resemblance? And I just press it in to get a really good coverage. This concealer conceals very well. It's very brightening. You can see the difference already, and I really like it. I like to take the excess from that first under eye area and I put it on my lids to get them ready for whatever shadow I'm doing and to cover up any darkness in there. And then I just repeat the process on the other eye. After that, I just put a little bit down the bridge of my nose to cover up a little bit of the darkness. And then I put it a little bit on my upper lip. And then the excess, just swipe up on my forehead. The next thing I do is very popular right now. It's called baking, and I just take a little bit of some baby powder. You can use like a clear translucent powder. I just have baby powder at my house. I don't feel like going to buy a translucent powder, and I just take it on my damp sponge and I put it on my under eyes and anywhere else that it could crease throughout the day, because since I don't wear foundation, my concealer isn't as forgiving. You want to make sure your sponge is damp when you do this because it won't work as well if your sponge is dry, because then this powder has nothing to stick to. And I like to do it along my chin, my jawline, so that I get that nice contour. Even though I haven't applied any contour there yet or any concealer there, it just does kind of brighten and smooth out that area. And we're ready to go. You're done. This is my face routine. So I let this sit for about 5 minutes, and while it's sitting, I go ahead and do my eyebrows. I actually plucked them today, so they're not as crazy as usual. The first thing I do is take a spoolie, any kind of spoolie, it will do. You can also take an old mascara wand that you've kind of dried out. And I just brush up all of the hairs to get them the desired shape. And then I go into my NYX Eyebrow Cake Powder. This is what I've been using every day lately. I really like it as an alternative to an eyebrow pencil, because pencils can look a little too filled in for my liking. So I just take the light brown shade in there on a small detailer brush from Real Techniques, and I just do short little upward strokes in the front half of my brow, just to add some fullness. And short strokes are mimicking brow hairs, so just little upward strokes. It's going to define it instead of just like drawing under your brows and getting that harsh line. If that's what you like, then go ahead and do it. This is just my routine. My eyebrows are very sparse, if you can't tell, so I have to give them the illusion of thickness. And you want to be pretty sparse around the front half of your brow because it can look very angled off and fake if you really focus on filling in this half. So you can kind of make the hairs a little bit like messy in there, if that's what you're into. And then I go in and I take the darker brown and I start to fill in the back half of my brows because they do need more definition and kind of playing with because they're not very there. So again, we're going short little strokes to make them look like brow hairs. And since the back half of my brows are so thin, I like to go in with an eyebrow pencil and fix that up. I like to go with the Maybelline Brow Precise in Blonde, and I just do that same short little method. And I like to use a pencil on the back half because it needs to be more defined for me to like it, and they just need more volume and a little bit more help back there that the powder is not that good at doing and keeping it to stay. So I just kind of lift it up a little bit. You don't want to try and change your brow shape too drastically because it will not turn out well. And the general rule of thumb is if you're blonde, you want to go one shade darker, and if you are black haired or brunette, you want to go 2 shades or 1 shade lighter. So the next thing I like to do is I just take a little bit of my face powder and I put it through my brows just to lighten them up and make them a little bit more natural to match my hair color just a slight bit better. And then I shape and finalize my brows with my Maybelline Brow Drama Gel in Blonde. And I just do upward strokes to kind of lift up the hairs. And I really want to get that back half of my brows nice and shaped, and they look pretty good. And I do, as I said before, kind of like that little messy front brow look, so I just leave a few little hairs kind of astray. And now to finish the brows, I will carve out the bottom to get a very precise line. I like to use my NYX Wonder Pencil for that. You can just use any concealer, and this is in light, and so I just drag it under the brows. It'll highlight and lift your brows and really give a nice clean look to them. And then I take any angled brush and I just drag that down. And then I take a bit of powder on my brush and I go over that line so that it is set and doesn't go anywhere. And now after this, I assess my brows and see if I like them. I kind of covered up a little area right there, so I'm going to go back in with my brow pencil and fill that in. Right now, they are looking pretty good. It's a decent eyebrow day for me. And I'm going to go do the other one, and then I'll be back. And you want to remember, your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. They don't have to look identical to be good, because they just aren't identical in life. So now that my eyebrows are set and so is my baking is going to look real fierce, I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush from Real Techniques and dust off all the excess powder. You're left with a very nice highlighted area. But next I'm going to go into my new favorite right now, which is my Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers, and I'm going to take the shade Chocolate Soleil, which smells very good. So if you haven't tried it, I would definitely suggest it. And I love this little bronzer palette. It's so unique. And then I'm taking this e.l.f. small stipple brush to contour. I contour probably every day just to add a little bit more color into my face. Because I am so pale. But I like to do the 3E method. Well, it's like a 3 on this side. Wait. It's an E on this side and a 3 on this side, so that's why I call it the 3E method. But I just start out in this area and I just do swirling motions with my stippling brush to blend this out. And I like to elevate it and bring it kind of high up onto this bone, because when you do that it really lifts. Like, look at the difference, this doesn't even blend it out. And when you're trying to contour, you want to go with a cooler toned brown or even like a gray if you're kind of tanner. and as opposed to kind of an orangey tone brown, because the orangey tone just gives you like a summery tan look, and you want to really blend this out. You don't want to leave it very harsh of a line because it will look very unnatural and fake, and I promise you makeup artists will cringe. And that's why we baked on here, because look, you can see we have a nice pretty sharp line to help enhance your contour. And then I drag it up onto my temples. And then I like to go a little bit along the jawline. And I just do that to connect everything so that we don't get kind of like a weird, like not uniform looking color. And then I just repeat the process on the other side. And we're not all blessed with Angelina Jolie's like face structure, or like Candy Johnson. Like, can we just talk about how her cheekbones are perfect? So we like to create that, or at least I do. And then some days if I'm feeling fancy, I'll contour my nose. This isn't an everyday thing. I just take my stipple brush and I bring it a little bit more in than what my actual nose is, and that's how I make it look a little smaller. My nose is one of my least favorite features just because it's so crooked from getting fallen on all the time at cheer, and it has like a little bump in it, so contouring my nose makes me feel good sometimes. And then I just put a little bit on the bottom because that kind of elevates your nose a little bit. Alright, and then for blush, lately I've been liking the Pink Leopard Blushing Illuminator, I don't know, from my little bronzer palette. Because it's just like, I don't know, a really good blushing shade. I feel that's not too harsh. But since this is like kind of bronzy, I like how it adds a little bit of sun into my face. So that's why I like to do it. Alright, now the last step is highlighting. I go off with this Sephora Radiant Luminizing Drops in the shade Morning Light. These are really cool. And I just put some on my hand. And then I go in with my damp sponge. And I put that right on the high points of my face. I love highlighting. I do it probably every day. Look at that already. It looks very pretty. And then I put it around my eyebrow area to lift up that side of the face and give like a dewy glow, which is very in right now. It's called strobing, but I like contour with strobing, which you're apparently not supposed to do, but I do it anyways because I'm just a rebel. And then I put a little bit of highlight on my nose. I don't do it on the ball of my nose like everyone does because I think that makes my nose look really ugly. And then I go into my NYX Illuminator in the shade Ritualistic. It's very pretty, very pigmented, and I take kind of pointy brush from Sedona Lace. This is the 224 brush, and I go right atop my highlight that I've already done, and this just helps it stick, last longer, and it's very pretty. It really does give you that kind of wet glow. And this has been sold out at my Ulta for so long, so I just ordered it online because I could not find it anywhere. It was so depressing. And honestly, I just like that glow. Like, I do use a lot of highlight, but I really love highlight. And then you can also take it underneath your brow and highlight. Under there, it'll really lift that area as well. I don't usually do this, I don't know, I just kind of did it today. And now my last step is just gonna lighten up my brows real quick, and then I'm done with my full face routine. And that's it for my face routine. I really like it. It gives me a nice glowy dew. Again, I don't do this every day. Definitely not this like hardcore, but if I'm going real glam, this is what I like to go for, and I just like how it looks on my face. Some of y'all might be like, oh my god, this is a lot of makeup, but I'm 16. A lot of 16-year-olds don't wear this, but a lot of 16-year-olds don't have their own YouTube channel where they do makeup tutorials. So I just like to experiment and play around with my makeup, which is why I like to do this. And I don't wear this to school, just when I'm feeling extra glam. So one quick announcement before I end this video. If you follow me on like Twitter or Instagram, you would already know this, but one of my resolutions or like goals for the end of 2016 is to have my own merch. And I recently have been brainstorming some ideas for like t-shirts that I think are really cute, and I'll insert them all on the screen right here with a little number, and you can comment down below your opinion on like each merch and what you think, and if you would possibly buy it in the future. I don't plan on even thinking about releasing them until like the end of 2016. I just think they're really cute. I really like the designs that I came up with, and just let me know what you guys think. And yeah, this video was really long, so shout out to you if you watched all of it and now feel like you know me a little better and you just really like connected with me. And can we just talk about this highlight? Like, yes, NYX for this. Like, this is not even that expensive of a highlight and it's just so pretty. So yeah, I rambled a lot in this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, comment what you think on my merch, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
I think I just remembered something. I think I left the faucet running. Now my words are filling up the tub. Darling, you're just soaking in it, but I know you'll get out the minute you notice all your fingers pruning up. I'm tired of being careful.